Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A strange day involving the man convicted of killing a family of 4 from Fallbrook and burying their bodies in the Mojave Desert. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. 10 News reporter Matt Boone was inside the courtroom in San Bernardino where Chase Merritt's sentencing hearing ended without a decision.
Yeah, it was all supposed to come together today. After 10 years, the McStays wanting to know the fate of the man convicted of killing their family, but the defense came prepared with ways to delay this, at one point even asking for a new trial. That did not happen. Finally, at the end of the evening, we heard from Joseph McStay's father.
I hope you burn in hell.
Holding back tears, the father of Joseph McStay addressed his comments directly at Charles Merritt.
I want to make a couple comments about...
The hearing began with Charles Merritt's attorney, Rajan Moline, making a motion to introduce what he called new evidence about cell phone towers. Cell phone data had been key evidence to prosecutors who used it to show Merritt had been near the desert gravesite in early February of 2010, when the McStay family had gone missing from their Fallbrook home. The judge did not appear to be moved by the testimony, but let it proceed. Listening to his lawyer, Merritt sat looking anxious and frustrated. After the lunch break, a shocking development. Moline announced he'd been fired by Merritt as his attorney.
I don't feel in good conscience based on what I've been told that I could go forward, and that's where we're at.
The judge announced a recess, but when they came back, he denied Merritt's request to fire his attorney, so the hearing continued. The prosecution eventually rebutted the defense's claim that there was new evidence, but the judge allowed another witness to take the stand for the defense, one of Merritt's former attorneys, who'd left the case last fall. After listening to both sides, the judge denied the motions. In June, the jury convicted Merritt of murdering Joseph McStay, his wife Summer, 4-year-old Gianni, and 3-year-old Joseph Jr. Merritt had done work for Joseph McStay's business, making home and garden water features. Prosecutors say Merritt owed McStay money and that he became angry after McStay began cutting him out of the business. The motive for the murders, they argued, was greed. Now, there are 2 options on the table for the judge to consider. One is life in prison without the possibility of parole. The other is the death penalty. They will reconvene on Tuesday. Reporting in San Bernardino, Matt Boone, 10 News.
And we will have a crew there as Merritt is sentenced on Tuesday. Download the 10 News app to be notified when Merritt finally learns his fate. A free version is available in the App Store.
Heartbreak for a Southern California family. 2 bodies dug up in Tijuana likely belong to a Garden Grove couple, and their son-in-law is named as suspect. 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is in the live center now, and investigators are still waiting for the family to confirm it's them. Anthony?
Yeah, they are waiting for that confirmation, but all clues point to it being the missing couple. Now, one of their daughters have spent the past few days posting these flyers in Mexico. The couple was there to check on the rental property. It was supposed to be a quick trip. Authorities say they are 90% sure they found the bodies of Maria Lopez and Jesus Guillen. The Garden Grove couple has been missing for a week. They left for Tijuana on January 10th to check on property they had there. They intended to collect rent, but never came home.
They're the best neighbors we've ever had.
Neighbors told our ABC station in Los Angeles they hoped that the couple would be found safe and sound. But that hope faded Friday when cadaver dogs located 2 bodies on the couple's Tijuana property. They were buried in the patio area. Authorities say the bodies had signs of violent injuries. They detained the couple's son-in-law. Investigators say domestic and financial problems are possible motives. And investigators say there could possibly be other suspects involved. We're reporting live in the Live Center. Anthony Pura, 10 News.
Anthony, thank you. With his impeachment trial looming, the president is firming up his legal team. Today, President Trump added 2 more people to it. Kenneth Starr, the former special prosecutor in the Clinton impeachment, and Alan Dershowitz. One person not included is Trump's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. He could be called to testify amid new allegations from Lev Parnas, an indicted associate of Giuliani's. He claims the president knew all about the pressure campaign on Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden.
It was all about 2020 to make sure he had another 4 years.
The trial is set to begin Tuesday, with the first vote likely to be by the Senate Majority Leader on rules to govern the first phase of the trial.
The governor of Virginia is declaring a state of emergency ahead of a major gun rights rally in Richmond.
They're not coming to peacefully protest.
Governor Ralph Northam says law enforcement agencies have credible intelligence that armed militias have malicious plans to target the rally. 3 men have already been arrested, and prosecutors say they are a part of a radically motivated extremist group called The Base. The governor has also issued a temporary ban on weapons, meaning gun advocates won't be allowed to carry.
It's ironic that this is about gun rights, and the governor is trying to take away our ability to carry guns.
The rally is still set for Monday.
The families of Canadian victims who were killed in the Ukrainian plane that was shot down in Iran last week will soon be getting help. Today, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that his government will give over $19,000 to each victim. The Prime Minister says he wants to help the families with their immediate needs, like funeral expenses and travel.
We expect Iran to compensate these families. I have met them. They can't wait weeks. They need support now.
One of those lost was 23-year-old Sarah Sadat, who attended Alliant University in Scripps Ranch. She, her mother, and her 21-year-old sister, they were all killed in the incident.
Turning to a health alert now, the county says people may have been exposed to tuberculosis at 2 San Diego colleges and the MTS bus route. Health officials say an infected person took the bus on Route 12 from July 26th to August 5th, and then again from August 19th to December 16th. That person went to San Diego City College on the same days. In an unrelated case, health officials say an infected person may have exposed people at Southwestern College from August 26th to December 10th. Anyone who may have been exposed is urged to contact their doctor, and both colleges are also conducting free TB screenings.
It's what we joined to do, to help people.
What started as a call to police for shoplifting ended unexpectedly in Ocean Beach recently. 2 San Diego police officers say they were just doing their job that morning. But as our 10 News anchor Lindsay Pena shows us, it's how they chose to handle the situation that's leaving a lasting impression.
It was early on a Monday morning, 5 a.m. to be exact, when 2 San Diego police officers were called to this Rite Aid.
Employees at the Ocean Beach location on Sunset Cliffs Boulevard had called to report a homeless man who had walked in, stolen a sweatshirt, and was refusing to leave.
I didn't have socks, didn't have shoes, and as soon as he took off the sweater, he didn't have a shirt on.
Officers Dominic Collins and Christian Nimmons say the people at the Rite Aid didn't want to press charges, they just wanted the man gone. But they knew as soon as he was outside, he'd be in the cold again.
We looked at each other, asked him how much the sweatshirt was going to cost, and had the same mutual decision of giving him the sweatshirt.
The officers didn't stop there, though. They decided to buy him socks and shoes, which came as a surprise to the man who just minutes before thought he was going to be arrested.
I think he was more kind of shocked that, cops were doing something for him. We couldn't leave him like that, so that was really it.
They say it was simply the right thing to do, as officers and as people.
It's what we joined to do, to help people.
Again, no charges were pressed against that homeless man. It's not clear where he is today. Reporting in Ocean Beach, Lindsay Pena, 10 News.